Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, there lived a kind and beautiful girl named Snow White. Her skin was as white as snow, her lips red like roses, and her hair black as night. Snow White's stepmother, the queen, was very proud of her beauty. Every day, she asked her magic mirror,
"Who is the fairest of all?"
The mirror always replied, "You, my queen." But one day, the mirror said, "Snow White is the fairest of all." The queen became furious with jealousy. Snow White escaped into the deep forest and discovered a tiny cottage with 7 tiny beds, chairs, and cups. It belonged to 7 dwarfs who worked in a nearby mine. When the dwarfs returned, they were surprised to find Snow White inside. After hearing her story,
"I ran and ran until I found your cozy little home."
They kindly said,
"Won't you please stay with us, Snow White? We'd love for you to move in."
"Oh, I would be delighted to."
Snow White lived happily with the dwarfs, cooking, cleaning, and welcoming them home every evening. But the queen soon learned Snow White was still alive. Disguised as an old woman, she visited the cottage and offered Snow White a shiny red apple. Snow White took one bite and immediately fell into a deep, magical sleep. The dwarfs were heartbroken and gently placed her in a crystal coffin, hoping one day she would wake. One day, a kind prince passed through the forest and saw Snow White lying peacefully inside the coffin. He asked the dwarfs what had happened, and they told him the story with great sadness. As the prince and dwarfs carefully moved the coffin to a safer place, the piece of apple stuck in Snow White's throat shifted. She coughed softly and opened her eyes. The dwarfs cheered with joy. Snow White was awake at last. The prince kindly invited her to live in his safe kingdom, and Snow White agreed. She visited the dwarfs often, bringing them treats and laughter. And so, Snow White, the prince, and the 7 dwarfs lived happily ever after. No magic needed. Just kindness and courage.